Welcome to Torbay Public Library. My name is April Shepard, and this week is Canadian Authors Week. So I wanted to share with you one of my favorite Canadian authors and illustrators, Marie-Louise Gay. Marie-Louise Gay lives in Montreal, Quebec, and she wrote these wonderful books, the Stella books, about this little red-haired girl who is very adventurous and her little brother Sam, who is much less so. The Stella stories are whimsical and magical, and I wanted to share with you one of the stories today. The story I'm going to be sharing is Stella, Fairy of the Forest, but we also have in our Torbay collection Read Me a Story Stella, Stella Star of the Sea, and Stella Princess of the Sky. So if you like the story, come check out more of the Stella books from your local library. Stella, Fairy of the Forest by Marie-Louise Gay. Stella, called Sam. Stella, where are you? Here, whispered Stella. Where? Said Sam. I can't see you. That's because I'm practicing to be invisible, said Stella. Now I see you, said Sam. How did you do that? I thought of invisible things, answered Stella, like wind or music. Or fairies? asked Sam. Fairies aren't invisible, said Stella. I've seen hundreds of them. Really? said Sam. Where did you see them? In the forest, said Stella. Over there. Let's go, Sam. I don't know, said Sam. Are there any bears in the forest? Bears sleep during the day, said Stella. Come on, Sam. What do fairies look like? asked Sam. They're tiny and beautiful, said Stella. They fly very, very fast. I see one, said Sam. Look. That's a butterfly, Sam, said Stella. Do butterflies eat butter? asked Sam. Yellow butterflies do, said Stella. Then I guess blue butterflies eat pieces of the sky, said Sam. How do you know that? said Stella. I know a lot of things, said Sam. Look, said Sam. Some clouds just landed in that field. Those aren't clouds, Sam. They're sheep. Aren't sheep dangerous? asked Sam. About as dangerous as woolly blankets, said Stella. Let's go say hello to them. You go, said Sam. I'll just wave. Who planted all these flowers? asked Sam. The birds and the bees, said Stella. Bees, cried Sam. Won't they sting us? Not if you move very slowly, said Stella. Stella, said Sam, you have a bee in your hair. Run, Sam, run, cried Stella. We have to cross the stream, said Stella. I don't want to get my feet wet, said Sam. I'll carry you. Hop on. Isn't it too slippery? asked Sam. Won't we fall in? No, we won't, said Stella. I'll walk on these rocks. Stella, said Sam, one of those rocks is moving. No, it isn't, Sam. Uh-oh, said Sam. Was that a turtle, Stella? asked Sam. Yes, Sam, sighed Stella. Isn't the forest beautiful? said Stella. Look at these big old trees. Are they older than Grandma? asked Sam. Almost, said Stella. They must be at least 100 years old. Is that why their skin is so wrinkled? asked Sam. That's not skin, said Stella. That's bark. Grandma's bark is much softer, especially on her cheeks. Climb up here, Sam, said Stella. You can see the whole world. Can rabbits climb trees? asked Sam. No, but you can, said Stella. Come on, it's lovely up here. It's lovely down here too, said Sam, with the rabbits. Look, Sam, said Stella. Isn't this a pretty snake? It's pretty long, said Sam. Don't snakes swallow people? It's too small, said Stella. Maybe it only swallows small people, said Sam. What's that? A porcupine, said Stella. Don't touch. It's very prickly. Why would anyone want to touch a porcupine, said Sam, or a snake? I'm king of the castle, sang Stella. How do rocks grow so big? asked Sam. A giant waters them every day, said Stella. Come up, Sam. I think the giant is watering his rocks right now, said Sam. It's just raining, Sam, said Stella. Let's build a forest house. How? asked Sam. Why? We'll make a roof out of branches and ferns, said Stella, and we'll sleep on a bed of moss. Sleep, said Sam. Won't the bears be waking up soon? Just help me carry the ferns, said Stella. This is perfect, said Stella. What do we do now? asked Sam. Look for fairies, said Stella. If you see a fairy, you can make a wish. I see one, cried Sam. Where? Too late, said Sam. It just flew away. Oh well, said Stella. What was your wish? I wish I could stay here forever, said Sam. Me too, said Stella. Thank you for letting me share this story with you today. If you'd like to read more from Marie Louise Gay, be sure to ask your librarian next time you visit your local library. Thank you for watching and happy reading.